Once upon a time, there were countries that no longer exist. These nations had their own governments, armies, flags, and proud histories. But time, wars, and politics erased them from the map. In this video, I'll tell you about 10 countries that no longer exist and how they disappeared, leaving their mark on human history. The USSR. The Soviet Union emerged after the 1917 revolution and was officially founded in 1922. It included 15 republics, stretching from the Baltics to Central Asia. The USSR became one of the two superpowers of the 20th century, launched the first human into space, and triumphed in World War II. But by the late 1980s, its economy was collapsing, and people across the republics demanded independence. In 1991, the Union dissolved, giving birth to 15 new countries. The legacy of the USSR still lives on, in politics, culture, and the memories of millions. East Germany, GDR. After World War II, Germany was divided, the western part backed by the US, and the eastern part, influenced by the USSR, became a communist state. The Berlin Wall became a grim symbol of the divided world. Life in East Germany was tightly controlled by secret police, and leaving the country was nearly impossible. But in 1989, the wall fell, and just a year later, Germany was reunified. Today, East Germany exists only in memories and old photographs on the walls. Yugoslavia. After World War I, Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes united to form Yugoslavia. Later, under Josip Broz Tito, it became a socialist federation. Yugoslavia was unique, communist, but independent from the Soviet Union. After Tito's death in 1980, ethnic tensions grew stronger. In the 1990s, brutal wars broke out, and the country fragmented into several new nations: Serbia, Croatia, Bosnia, Slovenia, Montenegro, and North Macedonia. Its violent end remains one of the darkest chapters in Europe's modern history. Czechoslovakia. This country was born in 1918, after the fall of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It quickly became one of Europe's most industrially advanced nations. After World War II, it fell under Soviet influence. But following the peaceful Velvet Revolution in 1989, Czechs and Slovaks decided to separate. On January 1, 1993, Czechoslovakia split into the Czech Republic and Slovakia. Both are now thriving democracies, a rare example of a peaceful breakup. The Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire lasted more than 600 years, once ruling vast lands from the Balkans to the Middle East. It was one of the most powerful empires in world history. But by the 19th century, it began to weaken, losing territories and influence. After its defeat in World War I, the empire finally collapsed. In 1923, modern Turkey rose in its place. Thus ended an era that had shaped centuries of global history. The Persian Empire. Persia was one of the world's oldest civilizations. It arose in the 6th century BC and stretched from Egypt to India. The Persians created the first road systems, coinage, and postal services, and their art and architecture influenced the entire ancient world. In 1935, ruler Reza Pahlavi officially changed the country's name to Iran, to symbolize modernization and independence from colonial influence. Persia disappeared from the maps, but its spirit still lives in the heart of world history. Siam. Siam was the former name of Thailand. It was one of the few Asian nations that never became a Western colony. Founded in the 13th century, Siam preserved its independence by skillfully balancing relations between Britain and France. In 1939, the country officially changed its name to Thailand, meaning Land of the Free. Siam vanished in name, but its traditions and spirit remain alive in Thai culture today. Tibet. Tibet was once an independent nation with a unique culture and a spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama. It was one of the most isolated places on Earth, high in the Himalayas. In 1950, China sent troops into Tibet and declared it part of its territory. Since then, Tibet has officially belonged to China, while the Dalai Lama lives in exile. Many Tibetans still dream of independence, and Tibet remains a symbol of lost freedom. The Confederate States of America. In 1861, the southern states of the US broke away from the Union. To preserve slavery and their own political power, they formed the Confederacy, sparking the American Civil War. After 4 years of bloody fighting, the North won, slavery was abolished. and the Confederacy ceased to exist. Even today, its flag remains controversial, a symbol of history for some and of racism for others. Poland. Poland vanished from the map 3 times in its history. In 1795, it was divided between Russia, Prussia, and Austria. For more than a century, the Polish people lived without their own country, but they preserved their language, faith, and identity. After World War I, in 1918, Poland regained its independence. It's one of the most inspiring stories of national survival. A people who endured, even when their homeland did not exist. History is alive. Empires crumble, nations disappear, but their memory endures in people, culture, and architecture. 100 years from now, who knows? Maybe someone will make a video about the countries we live in today.